guys, it's Bailey. Today I'm going to be redoing a video I did like at the beginning of the year, and my video was tips for being a self-taught gymnast. I have done tumbling classes for about 3 years, but the year before I started tumbling classes, I was kind of self-taught. I didn't learn a lot, but then really early this year, I started getting into beam and bars and stuff like that, and in tumbling, you don't work on that stuff. So over the summer, I worked on my bar skills, I worked on beam, and I got tons of skills, even though beam is my worst event. But I'm just going to be giving some of my tips, and the video I did a long time ago, it was like 1 minute long. The quality's horrible, and all the things I wanted to cover, my phone ended up running out of storage, so I didn't have time or enough storage to cover everything I wanted to cover. And it turns out I recently did this video, so I don't think I'm copying them. This is a video I've been wanting to redo for a long time. Plus, it's also going to be more of a talking video, so be prepared to kind of sit down. Not much tumbling because I do have a cold. But anyway, let's get started. So the first thing I'm going to cover, which I think is probably the biggest thing in self-taught gymnastics, is equipment, because equipment is so expensive. I actually have no professional gymnastics equipment. I have stuff that I use as equipment that most people be like, well, that's not actual equipment. You just made that. Well, it kind of still is. My bar, kind of just like a normal bar, except it doesn't move. But I have a mattress, and that mattress, I have gotten so many skills, so probably the most useful piece of equipment you can find would definitely be a mattress. Probably the piece of equipment that would probably be most useful for any event in gymnastics is a mat, and mats can be really expensive. The first place I looked for mats was Tumble Track, and like an 8-foot mat was like $150, so I was like, no. So if you're looking for a mat, go to eBay. They have really cheap ones there. I don't actually have a panel mat, but I'm hoping to get one soon. But since those are so expensive and they can be hard to find, I have 2 yoga mats, and these are really good. They are really thin, but I actually got this one for $5, so they're very cheap, and this is a very useful piece that you can use for pretty much anything. You can even, do a tape beam on here if you wanted to. The thing is what to wear. Leotards can be expensive, plus when you're first starting out as a self-taught gymnast, you don't want to have to go out and buy one. So you can always just wear like a shirt and leggings or shorts, since it's like 70 degrees here in November. But it kind of just is up to you. Leotards are like so awesome. I just got mine like 2 weeks ago, first one ever, and you do not realize how convenient it is to have a leotard. You don't have to tuck in your shirt the whole entire time, which I'm so used to doing that. A good place to look for leotards that have tons of different styles. Some of them I think are a little crazy, but for really good prices and free shipping is Flip Flop Leos. It's an eBay site. They have some leotards that are $10. But my first place to look would not be GK, because they are probably the more expensive leotards. So in gymnastics, whether you're self-taught or you're in classes, you're going to start off by stretching. It is good to stretch your splits, because to me that's the most important thing to stretch, that and your back, because when you have a split, if you try leaps, they'll look prettier. If you do cartwheels and front walkovers, they're going to look way prettier. And if you have a flexible back, there's limitless backwards skills that you could do. So it's always important to stretch. And why conditioning is important, a lot of people's like, oh, conditioning is just hard and boring. No, it builds muscle. I still can't really do push-ups that well, but I've gotten better in the past year because I've worked more on conditioning than I normally have. Because when you condition, you're working out your muscles, trying to get more muscles for the skills that you want to get. Let's say you want to get a back handspring. You can't just, I've never even tried a back bend and I can't do a push-up at all. I'm just going to throw one. No, you'll hurt yourself, and that's not good. And the biggest thing people are scared about in self-taught gymnastics, I'm going to hurt myself. Well, you will hurt yourself if you back out. That's the only time I've ever hurt myself really badly is when I backed out on a skill. Every time I back out on a skill, it never ends well. If I just go for it anyway, usually it'll be okay. So you just have to trust yourself, trust God that He'll keep you safe, and then you can ask someone to spot you if you have someone to spot you. But it is good, really important stretching condition so you won't pull a muscle or hurt yourself. The big thing a lot of self-taught gymnasts do is, how do I learn this skill? YouTube is the best tool. There is more than 1,000 tutorials on a back handspring. It's just, you have to go for it. And that's why YouTube is so helpful. There is tutorial on pretty much any skill. There's aerial tutorials, there's beam tutorials, there's bar tutorials. I'll leave a link in the eye to my gymnastics tutorials. I don't have a lot of them, but I will be making more soon. So YouTube is the biggest thing if you want to learn certain skills. Self-taught gymnastics is really hard. I have lots of respect for self-taught gymnasts and any gymnast, but to me, they don't have anyone to spot them. They don't have anyone there to tell them, do 10 more push-ups, and they can do back handsprings. That's why I really like watching Gymnastics 101. She's my favorite YouTuber, but she's taught me so many skills because she's self-taught. She doesn't tell you, this is how my coach tells me to do it. She says, no, this is the way I learned it, and this is the way you can perfect it to make it and actually how it's supposed to look. Really, I think I'm a pretty good self-taught gymnast. I actually recently started actual gymnastics classes, but before that I was teaching myself beam and bar skills on just some of the equipment that my dad helped me make. But anyway, that's it for this video. I hope you liked it. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel down below. Trying to reach 130 subscribers by the end of November. Also, I'm not posting Friday because it's Thanksgiving. So y'all have a safe and fun Thanksgiving. And I'll see y'all in my next video. Bye!